I am a publisher, writer, editor, daughter, sister, auntie, dog mom, and many other things, including currently a cancer patient. But I am not a doctor or medical professional of any sort. What you are about to watch is an episode of my journey through cancer. I'm sharing my adventure with you in hopes that you'll find something here that's comforting and maybe even inspiring. This video is not intended to provide any sort of diagnosis or treatment plan. Please go talk with your doctor for professional medical advice. My best friend Christy recently gave me this bracelet. It's a gorgeous silver bangle, and inside there's an inscription. It says, "You are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." Cancer has made me more emotional than usual. I kind of welled up when she gave me the present. And I'm not a crier, as I've said before in these videos. But smarter than I think? Chris, you know me. I already think I'm pretty darn smart. But joking aside, I was very deeply touched by the gift. When you have cancer, one of the go-to things that people say to you is, be strong, remain strong. You are strong. You are strong enough to handle this. And I am right almost smack in the middle of my treatment. I am almost 3 weeks into my 6-week treatment program, and I can personally testify that if you're not strong, you better get strong quick in order to handle it. But what do we mean when we say be strong? Certainly, we're not talking in this context about physical strength. I would lose any arm wrestling contest in the first round, and I am on nobody's short list when it comes to gathering up friends to help them move house. What they're talking about is emotional strength, which is a fairly abstract concept, and I really haven't found a hard, fast definition for it. We know that it is necessary in order to get gracefully through the ups and downs of life, but what is it? Well, I've done a little research, and I've found that most definitions have 3 key concepts in common. The first is the ability to accept pain. That is, when you get bad news, like a cancer diagnosis, you don't try to magically turn bad news into good news. And you also don't run around like a hungry 2-year-old with a load in his pants, making everybody else miserable just because your little world is rocked. Second, it's the ability to look to a solution rather than just focusing on the problem. For example, when you get a cancer diagnosis, it is that you look to find the tools and the procedures that can be used to help you heal, and then you implement them. Third is the ability to use vulnerable language in reference to yourself, and that is to admit, even if at first only to yourself, that you feel exposed and at risk. And this leads us to the next burning question, which is, how do we get it? How do we get emotional strength? I have a theory, and this is just my own theory. But it isn't something that we can have or develop all on our own, and it isn't something that manifests out of the blue in times of crisis. Emotional strength takes a village. It takes friends who are also emotionally strong. People who critically can listen to you. They can listen to you talk about the pain you're feeling, even the TMI stuff, and not become wrapped up in your pain. People who are so centered in themselves that they're not afraid of your pain. They can and do empathize, but they don't think of your pain as contagious. Just as importantly, you need people who know how and when to take you out of your pain, to send you jokes or texts or articles they think you might like, or go to a restaurant with you when you can, or watch a movie with you. My brother just this morning sent me an article about a thought experiment that can change how you think about yourself. And this was something he would have sent me pre-cancer or post-cancer without any reference to cancer. It was just a normal thing. And it is a reminder that there are other and wondrous things outside of having cancer or whatever crisis you're dealing with. Being strong enough to get through cancer or any major life upheaval. It isn't about closing down your emotions and having an iron will and becoming sort of a lone warrior badass. It's about being reminded again and again and again that other strong people will recognize that you're vulnerable, and they will lend you some of their strength if you let them. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Also, don't forget to call your senators and your congresspeople to demand universal health care, and most importantly, don't forget to vote.